Not effectively setting revenue targets is a key reason why B2B companies miss hitting their revenue numbers altogether. So if you have ineffective or unrealistic revenue targets from the start, how can you even begin to build a sales and marketing machine to support your growth? And by the way, what makes revenue targets ineffective to begin with? Well, here are the 4 big mistakes I see small businesses making and what they should do differently. Mistake number 1, you're not clear on your desired business stage. There are 2 business stages. There's growth mode and then there's planning mode. If you want to be in growth mode, then you'll be making investments to acquire new customers, or you'll be trying to sell more to your current customers. Growing revenue isn't free and it ain't cheap. Whether you're investing in additional sales pros, marketing team members, account managers, lead gen campaigns, you're leveraging money to make money. And conversely, you could desire to be in planning mode. Maybe you spent the past 2 or 3 years in growth mode and now you're leveling out. You're making less investments in growth strategies and you're instead focusing on optimizing your current revenues, perfecting your offerings, or investing in your next innovative thing. Understanding your desired stage will help determine more realistic revenue goals and targets. Mistake number 2, your desired growth rate isn't rooted from a historical benchmark. Most businesses use their previous year's revenue as their benchmark for their future revenue targets. But what if revenue dipped in your current year due to unforeseen market changes, missed investments, or something like that? I don't think that means you should slow down. Actually, I'd encourage you to always use your highest historical revenue year as your revenue benchmark, regardless of when that occurred or what special circumstance might have contributed to that. This approach reinforces a success and growth mindset. If you did it once, you can do it again, and you can do it even better. Once you understand your benchmark, then determine how much you want to grow. Often this is in terms of a percentage of your benchmark revenue, but what percentage should you shoot for? Well, I hate to say that it depends, but it actually does. In general, I can tell you from my experience, the growth goals I see for B2B companies below $50 million and revenue is 20% growth while maintaining around 40% margins and achieving 12 to 15% profitability. Mistake number 3, you don't understand your current pipeline and what is needed of a future pipeline to close your delta. So you have a pipeline of opportunities today, but what does your pipeline really tell you? You should be able to understand things like the average value of thing A to target market B is on average X revenue, and it yields around Y profits, and it takes Z amount of time. Your pipeline data should also indicate your lead to opportunity and opportunity to close ratio. This kind of insight into your real funnel is imperative as you plan because you can accurately project how much revenue you can expect from your current funnel. From there, you'll likely have a gap you need to hit to fill your growth targets. And that's where you build your future state funnel. Look at the differences between your current state funnel and your future state funnel. For example, you might have to triple the number of visitors you have to your website. You might have to increase the number of leads from that site by 10. You might have to double the conversion rate for proposals submitted and customers who say yes. By looking at the delta, you'll start to create a list of tactics necessary to move the needle and close the delta between your current and your future funnel states. Mistake number 4, you don't involve sales, marketing, and customer success in revenue planning. In many small businesses, the decision of how setting revenue targets is made is in the office of the C-suite, primarily the CEO and the CFO. But they're often not the ones directly involved in generating revenue activity as part of their day-to-day job. If you're not involving your sales, marketing, and customer success teams in your revenue planning, you are making a big mistake. After all, they are the ones responsible for achieving your revenue goals. These teams will have valuable insight into how realistic your targets are, and they'll bring unique and intelligent strategies to help ensure that you win. And that is why most small businesses set ineffective revenue targets. As always, guys, if you have questions or you have ideas you want to share, please leave a comment, IM me, email me. Let's just continue to have the conversation. Otherwise, keep crushing it.